Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Shadow Stitch TCG, and today we are going to be doing our draft analysis for the UPA, the United Pokemon Alliance. So, the UPA is a brand new draft league that is having their inaugural season, and I am honored enough to be joining in the inaugural season. So this is a pretty great league. Is a lot of great established content creators in the league. It is, of course, it is all going to be uploaded and everything. So you're gonna have tons of content to go watch as usual with with leagues like this. We got JB Westside, Mid Pokemaster, Shaquaza. We got my boy Scythe. We got Q the Costa Rican. Let's see, we got JV, we got SV Tornado. That's just a few. Like, I could just keep going on. There is a lot of great content creators, and quite honestly, I feel lucky to be included with them. We've only been playing Draft League for a little under a year, probably about a year, a little under a year, maybe. And we're already in such great company, and I feel very thankful, and I feel, like I said, honored that I'm able to join in this league. But yeah, so seems pretty interesting for sure. And of course, this is a Crown Tundra league, and something else really fun. This is a Gigantamax league. We haven't done Gigantamax since the first season that we played in the BBL. And the team that we took over for the LET. So this is going to be something very interesting. We haven't played with Gigantamax for a little while, so I'm really looking forward to trying that out. But anyway, for any of those are new to my channel, how's it going? Like I said, I am Shadow Stitch. I play pretty much all kinds of Pokemon content on this channel. Doing a lot of draft leagues. This is the one Wi-Fi league that I am doing currently, but then I'm also have a NatDex league that I'm going on, and my league for the basic battle league that I co-commission is going to be starting up relatively soon as well. That is a showdown league as well. So that is pretty much the long and short of it. We play TCG, we play Nuzlocke and stuff like that. So if you like just Pokemon content in general, come on, hang out, stick around. It sounds pretty good. So I try my best to make good content, and hopefully you like it as well. So anyway, though, let's go ahead and just get into this. So pretty much long and short of the rules, very simple. We got our standard Smogon clauses. We got our Sleep Clause, Moody, Swagger, Evasion, all that fun stuff. The usual Smogon clauses that you see everywhere. Dry Pass, yeah, that's right. So Dry Pass is the only form of using Baton Pass, which is very fine. It's just the easiest way of limiting Baton Pass, and I personally think that Dry Pass at minimum should always be allowed, because it gives more options to Pokemon. So it's very nice. Let's see, we got we do not have to Gigantamax the first turn that our Pokemon is out, and we can hold any item on our Gigantamax Pokemon, which is amazing. Holy crap. Yeah, that's pretty insane. So, like, I know there was a big thing with a lot of leagues, like the WBE and stuff like that. Was it the WBE? I don't know. There was a couple of leagues that decided that they wanted to do no items on their Gigantamax, or they hold a useless item and stuff like that. And I think that's fine too. But like unlimited item use on G-Maxes, that's pretty crazy, and that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. And of course, it's gonna be on LAN and all that fun stuff. So, but you're not here to hear me talk about freaking rules and introducing myself. Let's just get on into it. First pick of the draft. There was 18 players in this draft. I was pick number 11. So I wasn't going to be getting no Dragapult. I wasn't going to be getting no Tornado Syrian. I wasn't going to be getting any of the new cool new toys or anything like that. However, we got Zapdos, and I am so glad to be picking up Zapdos. Zapdos is an amazing Pokemon. We had to pick a tier 1, tier 2, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4, and tier 5, and then we have 400 points. Zapdos takes the spot of my tier 1, and he is just an amazing Pokemon. Gives me Defog, gives me Volt Switch and U-Turn, which is amazing. It got Hurricane this generation, which is about dang time. You know, they gave the other birds Hurricane. You know, Zapdos kind of missed that bus, I guess, a little bit, but that's okay. We're in Galar, and we got Hurricane on our Zapdos, which is amazing. I mean, it had Heat Wave before, and that was pretty good, you know, for hitting the grass types and stuff like that, but now it's got Stab Hurricane, which is absolutely insane. So Zapdos is just an incredible Gloomon, and I'm very happy that I can get it. And also, Static is its hidden ability, and that's just in general really good, because, you know, they're gonna be going for U-turns and stuff like that, and they're gonna have to risk that 30% on you know, getting Static, which is awesome. So yeah, Zapdos in general, just it's all around great mon. I mean, it's been great since it's pretty much came out. Just good all around. It's good mon. I mean, I don't know what else to say, and it's going to synergize very well with the rest of our team that you will see here pretty soon. So, all right, so we got Zapdos, and we're going to go up next. So I really wanted Dracovish. I really wanted to get Dracovish alongside Zapdos. However, Dracovish did get sniped. Literally the pick before us. But we got Kingdra. So you might be seeing where this is already going already. So we got Kingdra here, the backup dragon water type. Kingdra is an amazing Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. It obviously has the Swift Swim ability. It has a great dual stab. It doesn't have the best stats in the world, but you know, it's all about that speed and in under the rain and stuff like that, and it can just go crazy and just can drop Dracos, and you know, it got Flip Turn now, which is awesome. That's a great new move for it in its arsenal. So you can run like physical choice banded Flip Turn, or you can just have like a choice specs Kingdra, which typically all they want to do is drop Dracos and get out anyway. So like you can just Flip Turn on their fairy type or something coming in, you know, and go into something else that can deal with it better. And yeah, just in general, Kingdra is an awesome Pokemon. Absolutely love it. And yeah, already could tell where we're going with this. I'm pretty sure most of you. All right, next up though, we're going to be grabbing our Gigantamax, and it's going to be our Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. This, in my opinion, is one of like probably the top 5 best Gigantamax Pokemon as in the format. Like, it is just absolutely insane. Obviously, Grimmsnarl on its own is a pretty good Pokemon. You know, it's got Priority Screens, Thunder Wave, got Prankster, got an amazing typing in Dark and Fairy, just an excellent typing. Cool Mon all around in general. You know, Prankster bulk up. It got Frisk as well. Usually you're going to be probably seeing Prankster, but Frisk is also another great ability in draft formats. Very good information gathering and everything like that. So yeah, Grimmsnarl is just an amazing Pokemon. Now, Gigantamax Grimmsnarl is even better. So he has a pretty decent HP already, and then we double that, and then we can set up like bulk ups and stuff before. We can set up screens before going in, and then we could just go in with like Gmax Snooze. Gmax Snooze is basically has a 50% chance of yawning the opponent, and if we do get that chance off, that's amazing. So Grimmsnarl doesn't have the best coverage in the world. Unfortunately, it can't actually set up rain with any of its max moves, which is a little annoying. That's typically something that I like to do if I'm drafting a weather team. I like to draft the Gmax that can set up rain. However, the only one that I really would have liked to do that with is Lapras, and I don't really like Lapras that much. It's good. It's okay. It's just we already did that once, and it didn't really work out that well. We're gonna be doing Grimmsnarl, and it's fine though. It's fine though. We got stuff going on. So, but yeah, Grimmsnarl is just absolutely amazing, and it's gonna hit really hard. It's got bulk up. It's got Nasty Plot, so it can go set up on both ends, and it could just hit super hard. It can provide great utility for the rest of the team, and I think it was well worth the 40 points that we had to spend on Grimmsnarl. So yeah. Awesome Pokemon. Like I said, this thing is like one of the top 5 best Gmaxes in my opinion. And that's even without items. Like, with items, this is even better. Like, whew, love this Pokemon. Definitely looking forward to this. This probably is going to be my kill leader. and for damn good reason. So, all right. Next up, though, for round 4, we ended up picking up our tier 3 Registeel. Registeel is an amazing Pokemon that returned in the Crown Tundra. I usually probably would like to go with like Bronzong or something like that on rain teams because it, the extra like levitating and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? I've done that before. Let's go with Registeel. Registeel is awesome, and it's gonna do about the same things as Bronzong wants to anyway. And I could just patch up that freaking ground weakness anyway. Like, who cares? Like, and it's bulkier. Like, this thing is so bulky, 150 in both of its defenses. Like, it's got good decent HP, and like, it even has pretty decent defenses as well. Like, it got Body Press this game, which is pretty awesome. Still got Thunder Wave, Seismic Toss, Stealth Rocks, obviously, which is it's just a good mon. I mean, it's just a great steel type. Doesn't have great recovery, which it has no reliable recovery outside of like rest, but it's fine. It's good. I think it's definitely a well worth the tier 3 slot that we have it in. And yeah, great mon for sure. Next up, though, we are going to be picking up Nidoking. We're going to be using our first points picks, 120 points to grab Nidoking. And Nidoking is going to not only just be an awesome Pokemon that came back from the Crown Tundra, like, Nidoking is amazing. I love this Pokemon, and I'm so happy that it's back. But it's going to have great roll compression on our team. It's going to be not only our grounded poison, but also our ground type. So that's really awesome. So great compression right there. It can set up Toxic Spikes. It can set up Stealth Rocks if we want it to, or it can just hit like stupidly hard with Sheer Force boosted, Life Orb boosted moves. And basically anything that this thing wants to go for is going to get that Sheer Force boost. We got freaking Sludge Wave, Earth Power, Thunderbolt, Thunder, because of course we're going to be in the rain. I'm not even going to try to hide it anymore. We got freaking like Ice Beam, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, etc., etc., etc. I can just keep going. And yeah, so Nidoking is an absolute menace, and it doesn't have the greatest speed in the world. However, it's going to come in, it's going to hit hard, and it's actually a pretty good Scarfer as well. So it doesn't get any like momentum or anything, but this boy is going to hit hard, and it's going to dent some holes in teams, and it even has a little bit of utility if we want to with it. And absorbing them Toxic Spikes is always a good thing. So very, very nice. Very looking forward to using our boy Nidoking right here in this team. All right, there we go. Finally, it has arrived, our freaking rain setter, and we're going with Politoed. So Kingdra, our Kingdra is obviously going to really appreciate this. They're going to be best buddies, giving me flashbacks to Generation 5 before they banned it. So, but whatever. But yeah, so Politoed is still a really, really good rain setter. The points that I wanted to use just didn't really work out for me to get Pelipper, because I need to get a lot of points, but I'm still really fine with Politoed. Politoed, like, there's a reason it was the premier. It was so dang good in Generation 5. It has good bulk. It hits pretty dang hard, and like it has good utility. Like, it can still do things that Pelipper can't. Like, it has like Whirlpool Parasong. If something's like super annoying for your team, you can just Whirlpool Parasong it, and that's really cool. It got Encore. It has like a good utility move pool. Like, sure, Pelipper has U-turn and stuff like that, but most of the time it can't take a hit to save its life, quite literally. And the Rock's weakness, so almost all the time it's locked into using boots. So that's kind of annoying. But I think Politoed still is a really, really good mon, and I really wish it got Flip Turn. Like, if this thing got Flip Turn, then yeah, I think that the gap would have shrunk a little bit between Politoed and Pelipper. But what you gonna do? So yeah, Politoed's just an amazing Pokemon still. Like, it's still going to be able to do its job. It's going to set up the rain, and has better longevity than Pelipper, even though it doesn't have reliable recovery, in my opinion. So, because, you know, it's just so bulky. It can take hits, and it, you know, can dish them out and stuff. Spread status, you know, burns with Scald, Toxic, all that fun stuff. So, good Mon. Good rain setter still. I'm perfectly fine with getting Politoed right here. And it's going to pair pretty well with obviously our rain abusers. So next up though, we are going to be picking our tier 4, and it's going to be Cradily. So I am so hyped that Cradily is back. I love this Pokemon. It is just such a cool Pokemon. And like, yes, yeah, it's just a cool Pokemon. I'm so happy. Like, I have used Cradily like in higher tiers, like way back when, and it has still put in work. It's got Storm Drain, which is awesome, so it gives me a water immunity on the team that, you know, won't be weak to like any other normal water coverage moves. I guess Ice Beam, but basically I'm talking about Dracovish. There's a Dracovish running around, and Dracovish isn't going to be hitting this thing super effectively because I'm going to have Storm Drain, hopefully. But yeah, Cradily is just awesome. I love this Pokemon. Fun fact, it finally got Leech Seed. Finally! Yo, that's actually legitimately very good for Cradily, because typically what Cradily would only do is it would, you know, maybe set up a Toxic, and maybe it would, you know, set up some curses, or it would just sit there and be fat. But freaking Cradily, now that it has Leech Seed, it can be more active. You know, it can be more active, and you can predict those switches, go for a Leech Seed, go for some Protect, Recover shenanigans, and, you know, it can just do whatever you want it to. Also fun, it gets Curse, and it gets Suction Cups, and so you can't get rid of it, which is awesome. And that's just something that I used to do back in the day. It would just be Curse, Rock Slide, Rest, and Sleep Talk, and it would just do whatever, and I thought it was fun. But yeah, so Cradily, I'm just really happy that it's back. I really like this Pokemon, and I think it's a pretty decent grass type. I mean, Grass Rock, not the best type combination in the world, but what you gonna do? So it's still a really cool Pokemon in my opinion, and I'm very happy that it's back. So next up, for our tier 5, we ended up getting Wigglytuff. Oh, Wigglytuff. So yeah, I originally wanted Audino in this spot, because in my opinion, Audino was the best Pokemon in tier 5. Yeah, that got sniped. So that got sniped like 2 rounds or so before I was gonna get it though, so whatever. So we ended up getting Wigglytuff though, and sure, Wigglytuff's not great. Wigglytuff is not a good Pokemon, okay, don't get me wrong, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's really fat. It has 140 base HP, so them wishes that's going to be passing are going to be super fat. And when we have Mons like Registeel and Politoed that don't have their own reliable recovery, then passing into those Mons, and even Grimmsnarl doesn't have its own reliable recovery, so that's just going to be so good for them. You know, passing big old fat 140 base HP wishes. It gets Teleport, which is awesome. You know, Knockoff, Stealth Rocks. It has Frisk as well, which is really good for it. Even has Competitive, which it could potentially deter somebody from going for Defogs, which is really nice. I don't know why you'd be that afraid of a Wigglytuff, but it's an option. So yeah, it's the fairy typing did kind of help it, because, you know, it's not weak to those fighting moves anymore. It can come in on knockoffs a little easier, but, you know, it's a Wigglytuff, dude. It's a good Pokemon still. I think it's cute. I mean, it's like a insanely far inferior Clefable, but it's not bad. I think it'll do work. I kind of like Wigglytuff. It's not a terrible Pokemon. Sure, it's not amazing, but I think she'll do work. I think we're okay here. So, all right, next up, it's time to use some more points, and we're going to be grabbing 120 points to get Barraskewda. So Barraskewda is an amazing Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. I have not been able to use it in draft format, but I've used it in the playthrough. and I love this Pokemon. It hits so hard. It has pretty dang good coverage. You know, it gets close combat, liquidation, got flip turn now, which is awesome. You know, it got crunch, you know, all poison jab. It got what it needs to do its job, basically, which is really, really nice. So, also is something very important. It gives us speed outside of rain. Now, obviously, it does have Swift Swim, so it's going to be insanely speedy in rain. However, it's something very important because it gives us something that's really fast even outside of rain. So if we're in a weather war, or if our rain goes down, then we still have something that's very, very fast, and I'm very happy with that because that's going to still outspeed a lot of the Pokemon that aren't like way up there in, like, you know, the Dragapult and the Zeraora level, but, you know, it's gonna outspeed things like Tapu Koko, freaking Cinderace, you know, stuff like that. It's going to outspeed all of those mons, and it's gonna hit them insanely hard, which makes me very happy. And, you know, Choice Banded, Rain Boosted Liquidations coming from Adam and Barrascuda, that's gonna hurt, and that's gonna make me feel very happy. I'm so glad that not only this mon got Flip Turn, since I've been wanting to use it, but that I finally get to use this mon, and I'm super happy about that. So, Barrascuda, awesome Pokemon. Ready, let's go. Alright, next up we got Girder, a returning Pokemon to one of my draft teams. This was on the first draft team that I drafted was Girder, and he did some pretty good work, not gonna lie. Originally I wanted Hitmontop. That did get sniped in the same round, but what you gonna do? So Girder is still an amazing backup. Also, it gives us something that we have been kind of lacking since our very first pick, and that is hazard control. Girder does get defog, and that is very, very nice. So a lot of the defog deterrents, like the Defiant Pokemon, they aren't really going to threaten Girder too much outside of like Braviary, and I guess, so Girder is really nice. Girder also gives us a status absorb because, of course, it has guts, and, you know, with the Eviolite, it's going to take some hits pretty well. So, yeah, really liking Girder. Has, you know, it's just a good little roll compression mon, you know, a good Eviolite user, good priority defog, like, just a lot of great little rolls that this mon does. I still probably would have preferred Hitmontop because, you know, it gets to intimidate and stuff like that, but I'm not going to really complain about getting Girder either. Like, he's a good little mon, and hopefully he does as much work this time as he did last time. So, here's to hoping. Next up, to finish off our draft, we ended up picking up Liepard, and I love this Pokemon. This is going to be the third time that I have used Liepard on a draft team, and I don't regret it for a second, because I love this Pokemon. It is just so good, especially on weather teams, because on sun and rain specifically, it's just so good. Not only do you get priority Rain Dance in this case, you also get priority Thunder Waves for some amazing speed control. You get Taunt to set things up. You got Knockoff, Foul Play, U-Turn. You can do priority Copycat to copycat freaking moves and get priority big attacks off, which is just so cool. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. This mon is just amazing. It's such a great little low tier freaking mon that can just do a lot, and I love it. I love this Pokemon on like sun and rain teams. Like, I had her on the Sun team that, you know, got us all the way to semifinals. I had us on the Rain team that we took over, that we didn't really have much hope of freaking making the playoffs, but whatever, she still did a good job. And yeah, I love this Pokemon, and I am so I'm just happy to have her back on this team, and you know, gives us a Dark type. I mean, we're going to be bringing a Dark type in our Grimmsnarl every single week, but I guess it gives us a second one, so that's pretty good. So, yeah, anyway, that's pretty much the team. So that is the squad. That is going to be your Charlotte Chandelures for the Season 1 of the United Pokemon Alliance. And yet again, I am very thankful and very honored that I was asked to join the league for this inaugural season. I'm very happy. Not gonna lie, this is not the best team that I have drafted. However, I think it is going to be a very fun team, and it's going to be very different than what I usually do. I'm usually notoriously a balanced player. So when I will draft balance, this is very offensive. Like, sure, you do have some balance aspects to it with like the Registeel Politoed and the Wigglytuff, I guess, and I guess defensive Zapdos too. But for the most part, this is a lot of just offensive Pokemon that are gonna hit hard and get out. And that's not usually my playstyle. And so I'm just going to have a lot of fun, you know, working on learning a new kind of playstyle. And I'm looking forward to this season. So should be some great competition for sure. And yeah. That's pretty much about it. I mean, that's the long and short of it. It's going to be some great competition, going to be some great games. We're going to be playing with a team that we don't usually like to play with, or play style that we usually don't like to play with. And yeah, that's about it. I love this team. It's not the best in the world, but it's plenty good enough. And it is freaking... I still think we have a good chance. I still do think we have a very good chance of making it to playoffs, and, you know, doing that. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. So we do have some amazing competition across the board here. So not going to say nothing more than that. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. Deuces.